think if Sha Tin is Wall Street, I think Happy Valley is Broadway. There's a real quirk to Hong Kong racing that I'd like you to address, and that is that a low standard Class 5 on a Wednesday at Happy Valley commonly can attract huge turnovers, in one case 100 million Hong Kong dollars, and yet the Hong Kong Vase attracted 78 million in 2013. Why is that? Why is it that a random race can do better than a feature race?
Well, look, I'd never underestimate the importance of turnover, whether it's at Wall Street or Broadway, but the thing about Hong Kong is 83 race meetings. Every single race meeting is going to have a tremendous amount of turnover. We're now averaging US $17 million per race. Last night was, a routine 8-race card at Happy Valley. Turnover was US 135 million. So that's always going to be part of who we are. But our customers are so familiar with their own domestic content. They know their horses, trainers, jockeys, and there isn't much opportunity to really be exposed to international competition through simulcasting. We now have 15 simulcast days in Hong Kong. When I first came here, we only had 10 individual races that you had to take on local race days, so it was a very limited portfolio. But now, as they are more exposed to international competition through the limited amount of simulcasting, we have seen the turnover come up on the Hong Kong international races. So the VAS, even though it was a small amount, as you said, last year, it has come up dramatically. But the priorities, Barry, for us, for the Hong Kong international races, are much different than they are in our business as usual race days. It's a more diversified portfolio. When we look at HKIR, we look at it as our flagship day. It's a great branding exercise. And it's not, as Winfred said in the closing remarks there, it's really not about the turnover. It's about, really showcasing Hong Kong, international competition, fashion, lifestyle, and really a celebration of really what the sport is at its very best, and to really create a great racing occasion that begins on the Wednesday night with the International Jockeys Championship and concludes on Sunday with the Hong Kong International races. So again, the priorities are much different. And what we're looking to achieve is really not turnover, but really occasion, celebration, and international competition at its best.
And because those internationals are central to it, how difficult is it to keep up the numbers and the quality?
I missed the first part.
Of the international horses. How difficult is it to keep those numbers up, because it's so important to have them here?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's... you mentioned last year we had 10 countries, but over the, since 1999, when the Hong Kong Cup became our first international Group 1, and we have, as you know, the 4 races. We have the Sprint, the Mile, the Cup, and the Vase. We've had 15 countries represented, 10 of which have won here in Hong Kong. So I think now we've established ourselves to the point where we're looking at bringing in 25 to 30 horses each year for this event, and really that's the range we're looking at. And I think it's getting, I wouldn't say easier, because the competition on the international landscape is getting tougher and tougher each year. But I think the event has really clearly established itself, and we've done a pretty good job from end to end of providing the right structure and the right level of service where now people know when they come to Hong Kong, it's going to be a very good experience.